muted there. Lyon's got the puck 2-on-1 with Mitchell. Shot on net. Steered aside by the Rivermen goalie. Rivermen go back the other way. Binks will be there to retrieve. He loses the puck. Picks it up. Yeah, I got it. That's chipped out. Mitchell's on a break here with Munn. Shot wide. Binks keeps it in. Was called onside on this side, but called offside on the far side. So if you obviously didn't hear what happened, there was a goal that was called back on a high stick. Johnson into the corner, plays it out to Dylan Johnson. Dylan's hauled down, but no call on that one. So we got Johnson, McLean, Toole, LaBelle. Johnson's in, Dylan Johnson. He taps it into the corner to McLean. McLean plays it to the open side. Hart Johnson's in there to fight for it. He comes out with it. Tries to shoot it towards the net, but that's knocked down by the Rivermen. Comes out to Toole. He's going to regroup. Plays it to Dylan Johnson. Dylan plays it to McLean, and McLean tips it past the Rivermen D. McLean controls the puck. Effernan's in there to help out. Toole with a shot on, deflected aside by Dylan Johnson. Johnson plays it up through the middle, but nobody home for the Caps. Rivermen play it back the other way. Puck's in behind the net. We got Easton Callback in net today. Toole plays it up to Heffernan. Heffernan into the skates of Baxter. He just uses the skates to put it into the corner. Puck's tied up against the boards. Russell comes out with it, finds Heffernan in the slot, shot on, saved by the Rivermen goalie. .320 left in the first period. Russell, Baxter, Heffernan, O'Donnell, and Derling played into the corner. Heffernan's in there fighting for it. He's tripped up. Heffernan comes out with the puck, plays it back to O'Donnell at the line. There's traffic in front. Shot and deflected wide. Rivermen will play the puck back out the other way. That's chipped in. O'Donnell will be the first one to get there. He chips it into the corner. Russell in there to fight with O'Donnell. That's centered, but picked off by Derling. Not quite out though. Played into the in behind the net. And left out in front. Covered by Baxter. Plays it to Heffernan, but that's off his stick. And the Rivermen come away the other way. Heffernan was hit from behind. No call. Heffernan picks up the puck, plays it into the middle to Russell. Russell's had Baxter with him, but the puck was knocked off his stick. And the Rivermen will come back in the other way. Binks keeps him wide, behind the net, tripped up off the glass, steered aside by Munn. Puck's going to come out to the line. Callback didn't see that one, but it went wide. Baxter chips it out. It's too many men on the Rivermen. So the Caps will go to the power play here. We got 1:58 left in the period, so the Caps go to the power play. We got Mitchell, Munn, Baxter, Russell, and Derling trying to capitalize on this power play. Mitchell wins the face-off to Baxter. Baxter gets it to Derling. Drilling over to Russell. Russell fires it on net. That's blocked in front. Rebounds there. One had a chance to swing and fire, but couldn't get good stick on it. It was iced by the Rivermen. Russell sets up in behind the net. Russell plays it through the middle. Chipped by Munn, but sent back in by the Rivermen. Russell set up again in behind the net. 1:30 left in the power play. Mitchell comes up the right side, gets it to Baxter. Baxter's going to set up. He dumps it into the corner to Munn. Munn plays it to Mitchell. Mitchell comes out in front. Russell's going to pick up the loose puck and set it back up. He works it over to Derling. Derling to the middle to Russell. Russell shot on, rebounds there. Mitchell fires. That's up over the into the glass and behind the net. Baxter picks up the loose truck. Played to the line to Russell. Heffernan comes off the bench. Russell plays it to Mitchell. Mitchell walks in. He has a shot off the goalie, and he covers that one up. 46 seconds left in the power play for the Caps. We're going to have McLean, Heffernan, Morton, Binks, and O'Donnell on for the power play. McLean wins the face-off back to Binks. He's looking for an opportunity. Walks in, has a shot. Rebounds there. There's a loose puck, and the ref blew it dead. McLean will take the face-off again. That's one back to Binks at the point. Binks walks to the middle. Shot coming up. That's deflected aside by the goalie off the pad. Back to Binks again. He's got McLean in the middle for a tip. Shot on, rebounds there. Saved by the Rivermen goalie. Rebound covered up. 22 seconds left in the period. McLean in for the face-off. One forward. Pinned up against the boards by McLean. They work it back to Binks. Binks looking for a chance. Shot on. Deflected wide. Went through the crease, through the 5-hole. But couldn't find the bat in the back of the net. 8 seconds left on the Caps power play. Or 8 seconds left in the period, 10 seconds on the power play. One forward and pinned, comes out, and that'll be the end of the period. So lots of pressure by the Caps in that period, but can't capitalize. Caps will start the period with Russell, Baxter, Heffernan, Derling, and O'Donnell. 2 seconds left on the penalty. One forward by Russell. Rivermen set up. Played to Derling. Derling plays it into the bench of the Rivermen. face-off will come inside the cap zone. Russell in for the face-off. He wins that back to O'Donnell. He's crushed into the boards, and that's got to be a 5-minute major. It's a delayed penalty. They'll only call that a 2-minute penalty, but that's a dangerous play. Caps will go to the power play. Baxter, Mitchell, Dylan Johnson, Russell, and Durling out for the offensive zone face-off. Caps control that. Russell at the line to Durling. Durling to Mitchell. Mitchell walks in. Shot. Blocker saved by the Rivermen goalie. Comes towards the line. Durling fires it back in behind the net. Going to play up the boards to Russell. Russell keeps it in. Shot on net. Tip just wide by Baxter. Mitchell picks up the loose puck. Finds Durling at the line. Traffic in front. Russell with a one-timer, but fanned on it a little bit. Baxter makes a nice play to keep possession. Comes to Durling. One-time shot. Kept out by the Rivermen goalie. Sent in front. Deflected aside. Baxter to Mitchell, to Durling, back to Mitchell. Mitchell spins. Durling's got a chance to shoot. He does. Goes in behind the net. Dylan Johnson's got the puck. We got about a minute left in the power play. Puck comes to the middle to Durling. One-timer to Mitchell. That goes wide. Russell picks up the puck on the far side. Works it to the middle. Traffic in front. Finds Mitchell. He walks in. He's got Russell backdoor, but couldn't quite connect on that pass. 40 seconds left in the penalty. That's tipped high by Baxter. Rivermen have a chance to clear. Durling keeps it in. Durling to Russell. Russell shot on, rebound. Rivermen have a chance to clear, and they do. 15 seconds left in the power play to the Caps. 10 minutes left in the second period. Russell way up to Baxter. Baxter beats him through the middle. Caps can't keep that puck in, and the Rivermen have a chance to ice and do. So that'll do it for the penalty. Russell will be back to retrieve. He goes up to Morton. Nice pass. Morton's going to get the line. 2-on-2, puts a shot on. Left by the near goaltender. 9:23 left in the second period. Lane, Munn, Morton, Toole, and LaBelle out for the Caps. Face off one back by the Caps. Played to LaBelle, shot towards the net, that goes wide. Morton plays it to McLean. Miramichi plays it into the corner and up off the glass. Kept in by Toole. Off of Munn's skate and back in. Morton played it in a little bit too early. McLean was trying to tag up. I don't think Morton saw him in the zone. Baxter, Heffernan, Hart Johnson, LaBelle and Toole for the Caps. Shot up the boards by Rivermen. LaBelle plays it to Johnson. That's off his stick. Played in by the Rivermen. Nice play by Toole to keep that out. Heffernan tried to play it through the middle. Loose puck picked up by Baxter. He's going to wind it up. He skates past a couple Rivermen player, walks in, shot. It was deflected and it went off the blocker of the Rivermen goalie. Rivermen play it up the near side. Good play by Toole. Rivermen play the puck in. They cut towards the middle. They pick up the puck. That looks like a hook, and it's going to be called. Penalty on the Caps. The Caps will try and kill off another penalty here. 8:12 left in the second period. Russell, Morton, Tucker, and Binks out to kill this one off. Russell in for the face-off. One back. Tucker will be first on it. He tries the near side boards. Kept in by the Rivermen. Worked to the middle of the ice. Played offside by the Rivermen. So that face-off will come outside the zone. Russell in for the face-off. It's in some feet, battling for it. Rivermen come in with the puck. Set up down low. Puck comes to the line. Shot on net. Saved by Callback. Morton will be first there. He tries to work it into the corner. Rivermen come around near side. 1:30 left in the power play. Rivermen walk in. That's knocked away by Tucker. Shot on net. Morton's in there fighting for it in the corner. 3 men, 3 Rivermen in there to help. Puck comes out. Played to the line by the Rivermen. Shot deflected. Russell will be there first. Chance to clear. Doesn't come out. Shot by the Rivermen. Deflected aside by Binks. It's in behind. Played behind the net. Binks will have a chance to clear. He gets it up the boards to Russell, but they can't get it out. 45 seconds left in the penalty. Saved by Callback. That's a quick whistle. The ref's been had a quick whistle, and we benefited from it on that one. So we got 43 seconds left in the power play to the Rivermen. Baxter, McLean, Gerling, and O'Donnell to try and kill off the rest of this penalty. McLean wins the face-off, but is picked up, sent out in front. Easton Callback robs a guy on the doorstep to keep that game tied. McLean in for the face-off. Puck's tied up. McLean gets it, and he ices it down the puck. It's going to be a race. Baxter's on his horse. He's got a good forecheck on him, keeping the pressure on him. Rivermen set up in behind their net and try and work it around the near side. Baxter with pressure. He lost his stick. Rivermen put it in deep. 15 seconds left in the power play. 10 seconds left. Puck comes out to the line. Sent back door. It's off a skate. We're back to even strength, but we have one player without his stick. Gerling's going to be the first on it, but he's beaten to the puck. Rivermen work it out to the line. They work it back into the corner. O'Donnell's there to try and get it out. Good play by Baxter. He can't quite get that out. Rivermen come in through the middle. Puck is played to the side. One gets it up the boards. Baxter gets it out. The Caps kill off that opportunity. They're looking for a change. That's iced. Iced by the Mirror Machine. 5:30 left in the second period. Russell, Morton, Heffernan, Toole, and Lavelle. Russell wins that big back to Toole. Toole sends it towards the net. Blocked near the line. Rivermen will work the puck out. They shoot it in deep. LaBelle will be first on it. He plays it up to Morton. Morton pins it against the boards. Puck comes back to the point. Off the backside and out the other side. Toole has a chance to clear it. He gets it up to Morton. That's going to go down the ice. There won't be icing. Russell tried to keep it in but couldn't. Rivermen chip it in behind the net. Toole makes a nice play up to Morton. Morton gets it to Russell. He's got a head of steam. He's 1-on-4. He goes wide. Works it into the corner. Rivermen work it out. Sent through the middle. Good step up by LaBelle to disrupt that. Morton's going to pick up a loose puck and try and bring it in, but it's knocked away. Binks picks up the loose puck and works it up to Johnson. That's off his stick. And Mitchell will pick up the puck. Knocked away from him, but Dylan Johnson picks it up. Works it in behind the net. Worked out to the line. They go rink wide. Shot towards the net, goes in behind. Binks fights off his guy and gets it up to Johnson. Johnson gets it to Baxter. Mitchell trying to work it up the boards. Dylan Johnson sends it in deep. Puck's in behind the net. Baxter on the forecheck. Miramichi works it in through the middle. Miramichi comes up, has a shot on, saved by callback. Russell, Munn, McLean, O'Donnell, and Durling. Face off, won by Miramichi. Controlled at the hash mark, sent on net, but deflected wide. Worked around, back around to the far side. 3:15 left in the second. Puck comes to the line, that's shot. That's wide. Comes out to the near side, kept in by the Miramichi D. O'Donnell played it up to Munn, but it was behind him a little bit. Durling gets it out to Munn. Munn stops up, and looked like the Caps were in offside, but no call. Lane in there to fight for the puck. Miramichi works it out. They work it through the middle. Miramichi works it up the right wing. They work it into the middle and back to the D. Defense works it in behind the net. Russell's on the puck. He stops up and works it around to the near side boards to McLean. McLean works it to Munn in the middle, but was a little bit behind him. O'Donnell's going to ice that puck. 2:15 left in the second period. Mitchell, Baxter, Johnson, Toole, and LaBelle out for the Caps. Baxter's got the puck, plays it in behind the net. LaBelle works it up to the open wing. Kept taken away by Baxter. He works it into the middle to Johnson. Johnson works through the middle, shot on. Saved by the Miramichi goalie. 1:53 left in the second period. Mitchell, Baxter, Hart Johnson, Toole, and LaBelle out for the Caps. Face off controlled. It's in some feet. Baxter's the ball down. Delayed penalty. Delayed penalty on Miramichi. So the Miramichi Rivermen take a interference penalty. So the Caps will go back to the power play with 1:45 left in the second period. They've had a lot of pressure so far on this power play, but haven't been able to capitalize quite yet. We'll have Mitchell, Baxter, Hart Johnson, Binks and Durling out for this offensive zone face-off. Mitchell in for the face-off. Tied up, it's in some feet. Rivermen ice the puck. Durling back to pick up the puck in behind the net. 1:50 left in the power play. Durling works it to Mitchell. Mitchell works it to Baxter. Baxter gets it in deep. He beats his man. Shot on. Loose puck covered by the Rivermen goalie. Mitchell, Baxter, Russell, Binks, and Durling. One back to Binks. Binks to Durling. Traffic in front. Played over to Mitchell. Mitchell looking for a chance. Gets it into the middle to Durling. Durling tried to find Binks going to the net. Durling shot on. Saved. 1:22 left in the penalty to the Rivermen. Mitchell in for the face-off on the left side. It's in some feet. Mitchell wins it. Back to Durling. Durling to Binks. Binks walks in a little bit. Shot on. Deflected aside. Binks pins it up against the corner. Picked up by Russell. Works it back to Durling at the point. Durling one-timer. Cross ice to Mitchell. Rivermen had a chance to clear. Comes to the middle to Durling. Durling to Mitchell. Shot on. Puck is loose. Comes out the other side. Binks throws it out. It was in the crease, but tipped out by the Rivermen. 25 seconds left in the period. Rivermen go for a change and the Caps come in. Baxter walks in. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell, score! Seconds left in the second period. Sorry I missed that. Baxter brought it in, dropped it off to Mitchell. Mitchell made an inside move to beat the goaltender to make it 1-0 Caps. $15 seconds left in the period. McLean, Morton, Heffernan, O'Donnell, and Toole. Morton picks up the puck and dumps it in on the Miramichi goalie. 10 seconds left. Worked up the near side, or far side, sorry, and around the net. Miramichi's content with pinning that puck against the wall. 1-0 Caps. Assisted by number 14, Champ Baxter. And number 8, Rivermen. So Caps goal, power play goal by Liam Mitchell, assisted by Jack Baxter and Ray Durling. Heffernan, Morton, O'Donnell, and Toole start this period. O'Donnell back to retrieve the puck, works it to Toole. Toole up the side to Heffernan, and he bumps the puck out. Miramichi picks up the puck, knocked away by McLean. Heffernan's going to break in. He had Morton, and it was just knocked away at the last minute by the Rivermen defenseman. Heffernan to the point. O'Donnell shot on, deflected side. Heffernan fights for the puck. Rivermen work the puck up to the near side and dump it in. O'Donnell will be on the puck first. He's got an open wing to work it up. Doesn't quite get a good stick on it. Morton can't get it out. Chipped out at the line. Rivermen will have to reset. Toole plays it out again. Heffernan plays it deep. Caps go for a change. Baxter on the forecheck. Mitchell, Russell join Baxter. Baxter picks up the loose puck. He's got a head of steam walking in. Shot. Saved by the Rivermen goalie. Burling and Tucker are on the back end. Rivermen pick up the puck. 10:30 left. That's knocked down by a high stick. Knocked down by a high stick, played by the Caps. So the face-off will come into the Caps neutral zone. Russell, Baxter, Hart Johnson, Tucker, and Derling. Puck's played out. Rivermen will have to tag up. They circle it around, laid up the left wing and dumped in. Derling will be first on the puck. He's got time. He skates it out, finds Hart Johnson, but it's off his stick. Picked up by the Rivermen and played in. Tucker steps up and knocks it out at chance. Derling gets it to Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson drops it to Russell. Russell back to Johnson. Back to Russell. Russell's hauled down. No call. Nice play by Hart. Keep that in. Comes to the line. Toole plays it in front. Kicked aside by the Rivermen. Rivermen laid up through the middle. Picked off by Toole. Dylan Johnson's going to play that puck in deep. He's got it in the corner. Works it around the net. Should have been a hand pass, but no call. Rivermen come out with the puck. They chip it up, but it's knocked down by the linesman. They eventually do get it in. Dylan Toole will be on that puck. He plays it off the boards to Munn. Munn plays it out to Mitchell. Mitchell's in. Knocked aside by the Rivermen defenseman. Comes out to LaBelle on the open side. LaBelle puts a shot on. That's wide, and that's going to kind of come out towards the other open side. Toole keeps it in. Puck's in front. Munn scores. Puck's in the net. Parker Munn picks up a loose puck like he's done all season long and finds the back of the net. Makes it 2-0 Cap. 8:40 left in the third period. Baxter, Heffernan, Morton, O'Donnell, and Biggs. It's like the goaltender for Miramichi's having some equipment problems. Face-off one back by the Rivermen. Played up the near side. Biggs keeps him wide, played into the middle, picked off by Morton. He sends Baxter away. plays it through the defenseman skates, but knocked aside by the Rivermen. Rivermen haul down a Caps player, but no call. They're going to play the puck out and in through the middle. Shot on net, save. Nice callback. Not a threatening shot. 8:09 left in the third period. Mitchell, McLean, Russell, Derling, and Tucker. Defensive zone face-off. Derling's being hooked up. Puck comes out in front. That's in the net. Rivermen make a one-goal game. 8:02 left in the third. McLean, Russell, Tucker, and Derling. Face off one back by the Caps. Mitchell controls it, gets it up to McLean. McLean tried to push it deep, but it's denied at the line by the Rivermen. Rivermen bring it back in. Stopped by Russell, but played it behind the net. Tucker's the first guy on it. He plays it to Lane tried to play it up to Mitchell, but couldn't connect. Derling plays it to Russell. Russell chips it out into the Caps bench. Puck will stay inside the Cap zone for the face-off. Hart Johnson, Parker Munn, Toole and LaBelle for the Caps. Toole controls the puck, goes D to LaBelle. LaBelle has trouble getting a handle on it, so circle around smartly. Gets it up to Munn. Munn gets it up to Baxter. Baxter's going to be first on it. He gets it in front of the net to Johnson. Johnson shot on, saved by the Miramichi goalie. Miramichi works the puck in, shot into the corner. LaBelle chases his man down. Shot deflected aside by Toole. Baxter plays it in behind. Toole tries to play it up the wing, but can't. Miramichi controls the puck. Body is down. Miramichi tries to play it out in front. Chipped out to Munn. Munn and Johnson are away. 2-on-2 with the comes through the line. Played out by Miramichi. Binks and O'Donnell will come on. Played into the corner. Mitchell plays it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell settles it down. Loses the puck in behind the net. Puck comes to the line. Worked up the wing. O'Donnell picks off the pass. Played up to Morton. Morton tried to play it to Munn, but I think Munn was trying to go for a change. Mitchell picks up the puck. He tries to get it out and does. 2-on-1 back the other way. Morton with Johnson. Morton got it over to Johnson, but Johnson controls it. Shot and score. Picks the top corner. That makes it 3-1 Caps. So that's Dylan Johnson from Max Morton. And I can't remember who chipped it out. Jack Baxter, I think. Not sure on the scoring there. Good work on the boards to chip that out and get the 2-on-1 going back the other way. Mitchell, Johnson, Morton, Tucker, and Derling. That's played out smartly by Tucker. Johnson leaves it for Mitchell. He's going to go back the other way. He works wide. Shot on. Off the goalie's face mask and in behind the net. Rivermen come out with the puck. Break out the other way. Tucker keeps him wide. That's played out through the middle. Mitchell gets a stick on it, but kept in by the Rivermen. Played up the far side boards to Morton. Morton circles around. He's going to try this near side. Johnson couldn't make a play on that puck. It's in Derling's feet. Mitchell makes a nice play to get it into the corner. Tucker has time. He works it through the middle to Dylan Johnson, but Dylan was looking for a change. Rivermen will work it back the other way on the change. Defenseman walks in. Puck comes around. Rivermen are changing. That's a body check, and that's going to be a penalty. Body contact on Miramichi. So the Caps will go to the power play. 4:29 left in the third period. So 2 minutes for interference on the Rivermen. McLean, Baxter, Heffernan, Derling, and O'Donnell out for the offensive zone face-off. Puck comes out to Derling at the line. He plays it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell spins, finds Baxter. Baxter's in the corner, plays it out to O'Donnell. Finds Baxter towards the net, but it was off the back of his stick and iced by the Rivermen. Derling picks up the puck and will settle it down in behind the net. Looking to set up. He loses the handle on the puck, but gets it up to Heffernan. Heffernan through the middle, tried to see O'Donnell, but couldn't connect there. O'Donnell chips the puck past his defender, and he'll skate that in. And try to put it deep, but it's off the linesman, and didn't get very deep. Fight for the puck at the line. McLean tried to put it deep, but couldn't get it deep. Kept in at the line by O'Donnell. Baxter's got McLean in front. He had him beat, but big save. Baxter puts in the rebound. Power play goal for the Caps. That's Baxter from McLean. Power play goal to make it 4-1 with 3:30 left in the third period. Russell, Mitchell, Munn, Toole, and Lavelle. Puck controlled at neutral zone. Russell keeps him wide. Toole pokes that puck away. Russell gets it. Sent back in by Miramichi. Toole's fighting for the puck in behind the net. Miramichi comes out in front. Comes to the line, they'll have a shot on. Blocked in front by Toole. Picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell chips it out. Mine will be in on the forecheck. There was an assist given to Matthew O'Donnell on that power play goal as well. Russell through the middle. He gets it in. Gets to the middle. He's looking for an open man. Plays it in behind to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it to Binks at the point. Binks plays it to the middle, then back to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to walk in. Shot. Deflected aside. Tucker on the pinch. Played in behind the net. Looks like it's pinned up against the mesh, but Caps play it out. In front. Loose puck and whistled early again by the referee. Puck was lying there. He lost sight of it, so he called it. 2:20 left in the third period. Johnson, Morton, Johnson, Binks, and Tucker. Offensive zone face-off, 2:20 left in the third period. One back. Binks tried to get it over to Tucker, but Tucker was leaving the zone. Let's chip past Tucker. Tucker picks up the loose puck and gets it to Johnson. Johnson sends it deep. Morton in on the forecheck. Played through the middle by the Rivermen. Played into the middle. Morton picks up a loose puck. Plays it up to Johnson. That's off his stick. It's up against the wall. Rivermen will play it in. Tucker with a good step up. Binks plays it off the glass. Forwards couldn't get that puck out. Looks like they're calling Jack Tucker on a body contact, but that's a good solid play there. Playing the body. Name of the game right now is keeping goals off the board in case of tiebreaker. So Caps will come out to kill this. Baxter, Heffernan, O'Donnell, Durling. Tied up, one back by the Rivermen. It's at the line. Defenseman plays it to the right wing. They try and go through the middle, but that's picked off by Baxter. Baxter's going to beat his man and play it through his legs. Baxter picks up the puck and plays it smartly back to O'Donnell to waste some time. O'Donnell goes to Durling. Durling fires it in deep. Heffernan's going to be in on the forecheck. 1:05 left in the third period. Rivermen work the puck up. They look for the long pass. O'Donnell's there to anticipate that and pick that off and play it in. Rivermen try and get it through the middle again. Heffernan almost had that. Caps play it out of the zone. They'll have to tag up. Rivermen have to tag up. That's past Sterling and in behind the net, but O'Donnell will be there to control. O'Donnell plays to Heffernan. Heffernan's got time and space to dump that in. 33 seconds left in the third period. Rivermen back to pick up the puck. 25 seconds left. They work it through the middle. Mitchell, McLean, Durling, and O'Donnell. Durling played the man in the corner. Puck comes out in front. Shot on, glove, by callback. 8 seconds left in the period. Mitchell, McLean, LaBelle, and Binks out. 8 seconds left. Puck played to the corner, off the glass. 2 seconds left. They're in the machines doing what they will normally do at the end of the game and try and disrupt. Caps take this one 4-1. So next part of the tournament, Caps will qualify likely for the wild card portion. There will be 8 teams that play in the wild card. 4 teams get a bye into the quarterfinals. So we'll see where the Caps line up and who they face. But it's about 3 o'clock, so not very much time in between. And then if they win that game, they would play in the quarterfinals, which are about 6 o'clock. So potentially 3 games if the Caps keep rolling. What is that?
Number 98, Colton Hammond. Caps Grizzlies play the game. Is number 66, Dylan Johnson.
Player of the game for the Caps, Dylan Johnson.